Welcome to Burn On, Not Out, the podcast for high achievers who've checked the boxes, hit the goals, built the life, but know there has to be another way. I'm Brooke Dukes, your no BS business bestie, and I'm here to cut through the fluff with real stories, sharp insights, and the kind of truth that opens your eyes to a new way of creating success with ease and flow. No hacks, no hustle worship, no pretending constant activity is momentum. Just the raw, practical, and powerful shifts that happen when you stop leading from fear and start leading without the armor, with clarity and authenticity. Let's get into it. Chris, I'm so happy you joined me again. These are my favorite podcasts and the first one of this new amazing year. I cannot tell you how much I'm looking forward to 2026. And I don't know if that means because I thought 2025 sucked. I mean, obviously I got married in 2025. There were amazing things, but it was so much growth. So many, right, quote unquote, challenges came for me to really look at, which turned out to be such gifts. So having said that, one of the things that I realized, and you and I have talked about this, was in order for me to live my best, fulfilled, amazing, joy-filled life, and to be able to impact the world, which is my vision. My vision is to help raise the world's consciousness. Then I have to stop giving a fuck about what people think of me. I really have to just say within reason. I mean, I have some crazy thoughts out there that probably could be kept to myself. However, when it's something that I know that if people heard this, if I was vulnerable, if I wasn't afraid, if I wasn't afraid to be judged or not liked, it could really help someone else. My human design is all about going out, experimenting, making mistakes, screwing up, skipping steps, learning from all of that and sharing it with the world. As we've talked about on previous podcasts, I like to show up when things are already done so that I don't have to show the messy parts of it. And we're changing all of that. And we've been changing all of that for the last few podcast episodes. So today, what I really want to talk to you about is zero fucks. What are the things in 2026 that we are no longer going to give a fuck about? And we're just going to speak our truth, be unapologetically us, and let the world see who we are. So, what do you think? You're ready?
When we first talked about having this topic as a podcast episode, I just thought it was going to be hilarious. And so hopefully it doesn't disappoint. But, when you were talking in the beginning, what came to me first is taking risks. And you talked about vulnerability, which I feel like kind of that and like taking risks like go hand in hand. And we've seen each other do that when it comes to this business with BMD. We have made some decisions to really double down on our messaging and the people that we know we want to attract in, the people that, who we want to work with and who we want to be part of our community and our world. And it's not everybody. And so I think the more we got comfortable, well, and it was a little uncomfortable sometimes to be honest.
Yes,
But
it was.
yeah, right. It was not always that comfortable. But narrowing the lens. I think we are conditioned to keep the lens as broad as possible, especially when it comes to things like marketing and putting ourselves out there. It's like we need to be liked by as many people as possible and appeal to as many people as we can. And that is just exhausting. And the fact is, you can't. You are not going to please everybody. The message is not going to be for, everyone. And so it's really diluting who you are And that's what human design is all about, is being authentically yourself. That's what BMD is all about, is teaching people, how to embrace who you are and be more of that. And rather than, following other people's strategies and doing it other people's way, it's like, no, that's where everything, like, we get off track, the messaging gets lost. Um, I think people struggle in their business, moving their business along because there is no direction. And maybe if there is a direction, but it's not yours, that's the problem, is that it's someone else's direction, or based on someone else's strategy on how to get there. So yeah, I think for me, um, with my human design, I have two very prominent spheres in my chart that have shadows of judgment and opinion. And as we know, before you really learn about human design and personal growth and all of those things, we tend to think that that is coming from other people and we're doing it to other people, when really it all comes back to ourselves. And it's like, how am I doing this with myself that's showing up in ways in my life that looks like, it's happening, like coming from other people? It's like, no, no, they're just being a mirror. And so I think, yeah, like, just even taking, those two things and applying it to everything, what I'm wearing, what my hair looks like that day, the way that I say something, is this right or wrong, good or bad? It's like, just be you.
Unapologetically amazing you. I love it. You said so many awesome things. So let me just, first off, and I would do the same thing. Like, we have this one image in our head, right? Like, this is the epitome of beauty. This epitome of a leader, of a business owner. And if you didn't fit that mold in any way, and I'm sure, and I have those gates too, but even it's just human, right? You judge yourself for it. Well, then I must not be good enough. What I know for me is, for many, many years, I hid myself. I would really, even from a business perspective, I was really behind the scenes, which was, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Except the reason I was doing it was because I was afraid to be judged. I was afraid to be seen by the world, because I'm a 5-1 manifesting generator. So one of our shadows is, we do not like not to be liked, which, when I first heard about that, I'm like, fuck that. Like, I don't care. All my ego came out. No, the reality of it is, yeah, I don't like when people don't like me at all. And it's something that I've really had to work on, because it affected absolutely everything. To your point, when I started out BMD, it really was. I was looking at, okay, what do all the experts do? What did they tell me to do? And then I would do that. Instead of, I knew who I was. I knew the opinions that I had. I knew what I wanted to share, but I was afraid. So, and I was afraid to be that front. And that is something I have to give you credit for. You've not allowed me to do that. You push me out front when it's appropriate, when it's needed, because I have so many different ways and I can justify, wow, so many different reasons why I need to be behind the scenes. And the reality of it is, looking at my design, if when I am in gift, I am sharing with the world my experiences, my mistakes, my wins, my learning, my all of that. Well, I can't do that when I'm hiding myself. So anyway, let's get to this topic that I want to talk about. What are the things that we are going to give zero fucks about in 2026? So the reason I wanted to do this as our first podcast episode of 2026 is, New Year's resolutions, right? We all got that. It's what do I want? We got all these goals. Here's what I want to make different. Here's what I want to do. And so many of those, it built upon fear. We're putting those goals out there because we're afraid of something. We're afraid that we're going to be a failure. We're afraid that we're going to be exposed. We're afraid that we're not going to have enough money. Like the list goes on and on. So, what we do when we're afraid and we're making decisions out of fear is a lot of times we will outsource our own genius, our own intuition to an expert, which is why I went on that whole big rant about me outsourcing to an expert. So, what I really want us to talk about then, and I really hope that our audience will really think about this and do the same and maybe revamp some of their goals or their visions that they had for 2026 is really look at what are you hiding? What are you changing about yourself because you're giving your power away? You're afraid of being judged. You're afraid of. So let me start with that. One thing that I am going to give zero fucks about in 2026 is how I am received on social media. That has been giant for me. What I look like, oh my God, I'm 57. I am not going to look like I am a 25-year-old influencer. It is what it is. Get the fuck over it. It's okay. I'm healthy. I'm vibrant. Let it go. I am not going to worry about that I say something to offend someone. Now, my views, people may not like and they may take offense to, but that's on them. I am no longer going to give a fuck about what people think. And I was just listening to this podcast, and I can't remember, but Bethany Frankel was on there. I don't really know. I never watched The Housewives. I don't really know much, but I like her business acumen. She did some cool things. And one of the things she said was, and I thought about this, and which is why I'm bringing this up. Any comments are good comments. Invite your trolls in because they're getting eyes on it. Your message is getting out there. Her thought on this, which I don't know if this is right or wrong, the trolls actually bring more eyes to it than people praising you. She's like, my goal, and I could have this number wrong, but I swear she said, my goal is to get one troll a month. If I don't get one troll a month, I know I am dimming my light. I'm hiding. I'm not saying what I need to say because most everything I say is controversial. And I thought, you know what? That's pretty badass. I like it.
I wonder if she's a 5'1".
Right. Could be.
Because everyone is what, no matter what your profile lines are, everyone is designed to be fully and authentically and uniquely themselves. But we know that if you have that line 5, you are designed to be out there and you're going to attract masses of people. That is just part of your energetic makeup. And so if you are out there trying to attract everybody, and I thought about, the phrase watered down. It's like if you're watering down yourself, your message, like just, oh, I don't have enough likes this month, or I don't have enough, people. It's like, no, and we have seen that happen in real time, real life, that it's like when you are being fully yourself. And as, someone who knows you very well and an outsider looking in, it's really easy to tell when you're doing that and watering yourself down and when you're not. And
Mhm.
what happens and the people that you attract when you are showing up with zero fucks, those are the people that you want to have around you. They just are. It's quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Like the quality are going to, it's going to feel more effortless when you can just show up and be you and not, be trying to please everybody else. And the pleasing, that's That's a big one. As you were talking about, I don't remember how old you said you were, but I was like, ooh, I'm not going to give my age. I'm giving 0 fucks. I'm 55, damn it.
You look amazing.
And I think some of this does come with age as well. It is like I notice for myself, the older I get, the more comfortable I get with who I am, of, not trying to be somebody else. I just do. And I think it's for everyone. This message is for everyone. But also, um, the most important thing is our health.
Yeah.
And talk about like giving 0 fucks. Like I give 0 fucks in 2026 about having to have a certain schedule that doesn't allow for self-care and self-love, because I'm just seeing people all around me with illnesses and, just health problems. And it's just like, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And that is real. So yeah, I think we tend to, I'm talking about myself, but tend to push too hard, and try to do too many things for other people, and
Yeah.
not spend enough time on ourselves. And when you do that, you're better for everyone.
Yes. Oh my God. So much gold here. One of the things I wanted to bring up, kind of circling back to the self-care is, and I never thought I would say this because this has been such a difficult time of my life, was menopause. Holy fuck. Because in my early 40s, because before that, you don't even think about like what? You don't even think about it's not even on your radar because especially that no one talked about it. But I thought, I have been eating organic my whole life. I'm so healthy. I'm thin. I'm blah, blah. You're right. Well, menopause kicked my ass. And
It'll do that.
oh my God, the hot flashes. Menopause, what it did was it brought my awareness to areas where I had been not taking care of myself. I wasn't thinking about health. I wasn't thinking about self-care. I was thinking I'm going to work out harder than anyone. I mean, my God, CrossFit, are you kidding me? I almost killed myself. I didn't have to go on to a lot of diets. I was lucky enough to have a pretty good metabolism, but absolutely I would deprive myself. And oh my God, I gained a little bit. Well, I just won't, I'll eat this or not eat this. So I say all of this to say that it was such a huge lesson in self-care because what I thought was taking care of myself back in the day was burnout, overwhelm, just thinking about the visual, what I look like, not about the health and vitality. And what I know today is I'm grateful for that because it woke me up. I probably would have had a heart attack. Had menopause not woke me up, and unfortunately, it seems like I only learned from significant emotional events, like really fucking life-shattering things. I am now taking the easier clues. I haven't in the past. Um, it really taught me that no, slowing down, listening to your body, not pushing through that. No pain, no gain. I lived through that. If I did a workout and wasn't sore, I'm like, well, that was a fucking waste. I mean, seriously, if I couldn't walk the next day, I was like, woohoo, oh my God, my ass is gonna look great. I mean, really crazy shit.
Okay, no
And
pain, no gain.
right. And now I know that self-care is my number one success strategy. So I'm going to give 0 fucks about the perfect image of a woman, which is bullshit, by the way. No one looks in real life like they do on Instagram. They just don't. The other thing that you brought to mind in what you were saying is when we water ourselves down, we're not connecting with the right people. We're connecting with people that really are on a different frequency, not right or wrong, good or bad, but just on a different frequency. And when you think about in the world of AI, which we use all day, every day, right? It is a big, yes,
We've
woo,
learned to love.
love me some Babs, which is our AI business bot. So badass bot is what we call her, Babs for short, is what do people really want? Like when I was thinking about, when you and I were talking about, okay, what does 2026 look like for BMD in the world of AI? Well, my whole career has been spent training from a stage, from a Zoom, talking at people, giving them information, albeit amazing information. Well, that shit's gone now. Now people are just going to go to AI, and that's okay. What people want now is they want connection and they want experience, right? Like life experience, experiences with you, giving them an awesome experience. Like we're going to do retreats next year, all of that because that's what they're craving in this world where we're all staring at a phone or at a computer talking to our AI bot. So when we're watering ourselves down, we are denying the people that we could give connection and experience to our energy, our love and freak whatever I'm trying to say on that. But because then they're not finding us because we're not being our authentic self. So this year is really, in my opinion, about not giving a fuck what the experts say and who you should be and what you should say, but being again unapologetically you, saying what's on your heart, showing people the messy vulnerability, not just the end product that looks perfect, because then what we're experiencing at BMD, holy shit, is our fractal line coming in. Fractal line are the people, the places, the experiences that come into your world when you are being unapologetically you, because now you're on the same frequency. And now they can see you, they can find you. It's kind of like you were walking in a fog and all of a sudden the fog clears. People are like, there you are. Fuck, I've been looking for you. And it's just so cool. Like it's been so much fun building the business this way. Just, I can't even tell you how grateful I am to you so much because you forced me to really look at that. So it's been awesome.
Right back at you. Thank you. And we do the same for each other. It's so amazing how things are coming back around. It's like we thought when social media took off, I mean, all those years ago, that it was, designed to connect us with more people, and it did that. But now it seems like it's so diluted and watered down out there and full of just, ads. And it's not about like, to your point, the world, the planet is shifting massively quickly with people who want that true connection with their people. You talked about the fractal line. It's like, who have we designed ourselves to be here with and a part of their world and them a part of ours? And I don't know if you have the same experience, but I notice so many people just sort of falling out of my world. It's like they just like dropped off. Like, oh, I haven't talked to that person in, God, it's probably been 5 years now. I mean, maybe even been 10. And there's no problem with it, but it's just, I think I used to try to keep up so much. Oh, I haven't talked to this person. I have to, and now if I haven't talked to that person like that, it's okay. There's probably a reason, like we're going off in different directions, and I'm spending more time on making sure that I'm connected with the people who I know are here um, to be a part of my world right now.
So many times as I'm over the last 20 some years of coaching, professionally as well as my own friends and family, that is the point when you know that you're really growing and you're shedding those the armor, so to speak, of your conditioning is when people start falling off because you're raising your frequency. And when I say raising your frequency, it's not a judgment that they're at a lower frequency. It's just you're changing. I'm going to change that. You are changing your frequency in it, moving more towards who you were designed to be. And so the frequency of people that were there before when your armor was on, it no longer feels comfortable for them or you a lot of times, but you're just conditioned to want to keep that friendship or that relationship going. So you keep making overtures and making sure it happens. I was the same way. I was the one that would call, make sure everyone stayed connected. And it just didn't, it never felt great to any of us. And then what we were doing is still going back to that mold that wasn't us anymore. So for any of you out there that are feeling upset or depressed about losing some people in your life, really celebrate. And I don't mean to sound like an asshole, like celebrate fuckers are gone. I don't mean that. What I mean is celebrate that you're shedding that armor and you're changing your frequency, moving back to, from a human design perspective, who you were meant to be, your energetic blueprint that is going to draw to you all of your joy and your fulfillment and the people and the places and the experiences that are going to help you to move that forward to create this amazing life. So, in wrapping up today's podcast, I just want to thank you. And I really encourage you, if any of this resonated with you, one, share it with a friend because I'm sure it's going to resonate with them too. And two, maybe do some journaling around it. Maybe when you're out walking in nature, just think about some of the things where you were either like, oh, I get that, or man, I wish I felt that way, or fuck, me too, anything like that. Think about those things because it's giving you clues. You always want to look for the clues on because we're always being told how to get back into alignment with who we're meant to be. Those clues are all out there. Typically, we're just too damn busy running around doing shit, running from our fears, running towards our fears, whatever, to really pay attention to it. So, until next week, thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in to Burn On Not Out. If this resonated, check the show notes for tools and resources to help you slow down, trust yourself, and keep leading without the constant pressure and stress that wears you down. Remember, real success doesn't come from pushing harder. It comes from slowing down long enough to see clearly and leading from clarity and peace instead of control and fear. I'll see you next week.